All right. I'm late. I never did a live video event before. And I'm live with my people on YouTube too. So it's kind of double whammy, so I'm a little late. Man, that time really creeped up on me. But what's up, everyone? I haven't done a video in maybe a week or so. I thought I'd pop on here because I have gotten quite a few questions about what I do with the piano. And actually a lot offline too, just talking to people and friends. They're like, what? You guys know this about me. Some of you don't, but now you do. I'm an introvert, all right? So like, I don't like to get out there. So the stuff I did on the piano, I've done kind of like in a different side of the internet. I kind of kept it separate from my life. Done it for years on and off, and I just kind of kept it that way. I just kept things separate, like, okay, these are my piano world over here. I'm gonna leave it over there. So where I've done videos and stuff before, are just usually coming out. That's why the folks on Facebook are like, I didn't know you did this stuff. So a lot of people had a lot of questions about, like, what are the ages you teach, and what's your curriculum like, how much practice, how long it's going to take, does it really work, do you even know how to play, and stuff like that. So I thought I'd answer some of those. It all kind of started, like, I posted a YouTube video way back in the day, and I've only done this on the side most, so this isn't my main thing. I'm coming out a little bit more and being a little more aggressive about it, as far as frequency and like keeping up with making content and stuff and giving it to people and interacting with my followers on YouTube and stuff like that, and my email list. But what I've found is, way back in the day, I was there's a handful of us piano guys that went on YouTube. And I remember I posted a video how to play a popular song at the time. And I remember the video blew up. I got like 100,000 views overnight. Subscriber, my email was just constantly dinging because I kept getting subscribers, and people were messaging me and like asking me for requests and asking me for tips and tricks. And I was getting all these messages like, holy cow, like, this is crazy. And I think honestly, one of the hardest parts for other pianists at that time was like the cameras were bigger. And I was noticing people on YouTube that were trying to do their piano stuff, like, it was shaky, it was terrible. There was like, the angles were awful because I know the cameras are tough, they didn't know how to do it. But I, being a musician, I had a microphone boom stand. There was me and like 2 other guys at that time. We had like perfect angles on our piano. And so like people were like, this is so great, I can see everything, blah, 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 blah. And so that went on. What I did from that point on, because I got so much momentum from posting some of those videos, that I created a beginning piano course, because a lot of people didn't know how to play. They want to know how to play. And so I created a online piano course that people could take, and it was pre-recorded. Some things were special requests. I have done one-on-one, but it was mostly like in pre-recorded setting. And hundreds of people purchased that and bought it and went through it. And so that led to me, I created like a note reading course, and I went on from there. And so that's kind of where I got to today. So I've been kind of doing that, and I've been doing a few one-on-one special requests. Someone who wants to learn a cover. There's a guy in Sweden who always hires me to teach him like some cover songs that he likes. It's usually like the Beatles stuff I like too. It's like the Beatles and like Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young. And so I do some of that too. That's a little more specialized. It costs a lot more because it's like personalized, And then so that's kind of in my bag. And so now what I want to do is I'm going to revamp my online course. And what I'm going to do, how I'm going to do that is I'm going to bring people through the curriculum live. So I'm gonna work with just a few people, and I'm pretty selective about it too. Like, I'm not gonna work with tire kickers. You know what I mean? Like, if you're gonna be in this, you're gonna walk away playing, right? You're gonna walk away playing because you're gonna do this stuff that I'm telling you to do, and it's not gonna be that hard. It's gonna take work. I mean, everybody tells you it doesn't take work to do something and be good at anything. You know that's not true. So it's gonna take some work, but I don't want folks that are haphazard, you know, that come in and say, I give it a shot for like 1 week, you know, and then like, you know, the football game comes on, I gotta go do that. Oh boy, you know, it's hunting time now, stuff like that. I'm not gonna practice. Let's get a shelf it. Well, you know, then it's not gonna work out so well for you. But the people who get into it and do what I say, within reason, you know, with the practice and the techniques and the stuff to focus on in that regard, they come out doing really, really well. And so that's kind of where I'm at with this. And so one of the questions I got was one of them, so I answered that. The other one was like about kids, and kids, that's funny. I taught kids, and one of my previous videos I talked about, I taught kids in a studio, and that's a mixed bag. I'm pretty particular about what kids I work with, the ages. I would say that my cutoff was 10, maybe 10 or 12. I prefer 12 and up, only because kids can be really, really good, but the problem is they have so many distractions, and I fear that they're not all of them are able to focus in on something like this for the long term. I mean, you know, this program that I do is a 6-week kind of intensive, and I don't want them to get distracted with school sports and video games. That's a big problem, video games. You know, going on YouTube and I guess being distracted and not seeing this as being like all about entertainment. Like, it's just for my entertainment, you know, like, entertain me. I don't want any kind of boredom on this. There's going to be some parts that I mean, I don't find it boring at all, but sometimes when you're a kid and you have to practice by yourself, that's tough to motivate. I talked about that in another video too, ways to get over that. But this program is mostly for adults. I will take select kids. I mean, obviously I'm teaching my kids. That's by default, so I have to. And my girl's really good, actually. She's very musically inclined. They all are. I must have got it from her grandparents or something. So yeah, we'll do kids, but it's pretty selective. So basically, those are not necessarily the rules. They're just kind of like the guidelines I go by just for success, because it's success. I mean, there's really not an option not to have success. Like, if I'm going to take somebody, you're going to come out playing, right? Having a lot of fun. And so that's kind of where I go, and that's people that, even in my previous version, when I talked to someone one-on-one or did something with them, I had to make sure that they were really in it. You know, they're not just, you know, tire kicking and be like, you know, I'm going to pass this off. I dealt with a lot of that when I taught one-on-one. So when on the online world, I liked it more because I could affect a lot more people. I had a broader reach. I could get into a lot more people's head. I mean, when I started the YouTube channel, I mean, there was people sending me videos of their playing that they learned from me teaching, and that was really cool and gratifying. They like, check it out, I did what you told me, and like, here they are playing in this video. I'm like, oh, that's so cool. And so that's kind of where I'm at. So like each week in this program, we usually get together live, usually like this or Skype, and I have my camera thingy over my piano. We go through it. And we just, first of all, you know, there's first things, you know, we go through the keyboard, we go through chords, we go through some hand exercises that aren't boring, they're fun. We go through how I figure out songs, like how you could figure out any song you ever hear and play it. It is possible, you can do it. And I go through those and a few other things. There's about 6-7 steps that we go through. And that's kind of what I offer in this live program, you know, unlimited support and all that. And it's the experience is what's fun about this, is it's being able to come away and being able to play the song you heard, being able to play it. I mean, it's hard to explain if you've never played an instrument before, but you always wanted to, and like just the fun of being able to play, or like Christmas is coming up now, and I'm actually doing in a separate little section of my interwebs is I'm doing simplified Christmas music, hymns, sacred music. My teacher always called it 4-part chorales. Actually, this is a great book. This is From Grace to You, Hymns and Grace. Super cool. A lot of the traditional hymns in there, but the thing is those are hard to read and they're hard to play if you're going to try to learn it fast and if you're a beginner. But what you can do is you can simplify it. So I'm going through and simplifying some of these so a beginner can play it, and so that's what I'm doing now. So hopefully, hopefully this cleared up some of the questions. I got a lot of questions offline about just kind of how I got here, and so I thought I'd answer some of those and some of the stuff about kids. I think I hit that one, and just kind of what it entailed, like the live setting. Then that live setting is gonna turn into an updated standalone course I'm gonna have for the people who've purchased before and anyone else that is on that side of stuff. So hopefully that clears stuff up. I don't want to go too long. How long? Oh man, I'm already at 10 minutes. I didn't want to go that long. I got talking too much. And that's pretty key because I am a total introvert. So me to talk this much is a lot. Isn't it interesting with which introverts? So like, I'm the guy like a party. Like I gotta get outside. Even though I love talking to people and friends, I gotta get outside and like take a breather and get away from everybody. Even if I have to walk in like into the woods for a second, I'd be like, okay, I go back in. Then there's other people like extroverts who are just they're in that environment and they're like energized, they're ready to go. I get home from like a wedding or a party, I'm like exhausted, anything like that, I'm just like drained. Then extroverts are just like, they're like ready to go, let's clean the house, My wife's kind of an extrovert, so it's kind of funny to see the difference. So for me to come out on video, especially on Facebook with my personal peeps, that's quite a launch, but I'm all right with it. It's all good. I think that's all I had to tell you guys. I think those are most of the questions. I covered them all in my stories and the recap and what's going on. So again, if you have any more questions or you're looking to get involved, DM me, like several of you have already, and we will talk in person, and I'll answer any more questions you have. We'll decide for a good match if you want to come out playing like a rock star or not, and then we go from there. So I will see you guys later. 13 minutes. Oh, I didn't mean to do this one. I'll see you guys later.